I know, this is one of the most memed AI voices on the internet, but I'm just going to need you to bear with me as the topics we'll get into here are pretty serious. Remember those Life in Paradise games on Roblox? Not so paradise looking now, are they? Well, they're not. And I'm not just talking about these lazy exploiters just sitting here doing inappropriate emotes. I'm talking about much worse, which I'll get to. Let me set the basis here. What we're going to delve into involves the topics of child endangerment, exploitation, extortion, grooming, etc. If you are anywhat sensitive to these topics at all, click off this video. Click off this video and consider yourself warned to avoid all games of this genre on Roblox, if not Roblox as a whole. That's right, what used to be peaceful, nostalgic role-play games, which you probably watched your old favorite YouTubers play all those years ago. They've all essentially just become their own meep cities these days. Obviously, in the past, these games were known to have the usual online daters, but nothing too crazy. These days, however, oh boy, it's much worse. And trust me, I can go on for days about how much of a scam and a disaster each and every one of these games have been from the start. These games have always been nothing but a cash grab. The players have been nothing but sources of income for the developers, most of whom are banned now anyways. Which begs the question, why does Roblox keep these games up despite the developers being terminated? I can go on for days about how these games are dying, if not already dead, actively being botted, filled with exploiters doing very weird things in front of players who are more than likely minors and so on. But that is the least of the concerns. Despite most of the games being nearly dead, I would not hesitate to call these games downright child endangerment. Let's take a look at one specific example. This is what virtual Epstein Island looks like. Okay, let me slow down. This is a Roblox game called Family Paradise, but it's pretty much just a second meep city. I don't know how many people will see this video, but some of you might get some nostalgia from this game. It used to be a pretty popular role-play game, similar and same genre as the ones YouTubers such as Flamingo would join into and troll players with admin commands. Even I have done that in Family Paradise itself. The game would appear completely innocent at first. Colorful map, GUI, etc. It seemed perfect for its genre. Take a moment to look at the thumbnail, description, and the name of the game itself. Looks pretty innocent, right? This game used to be filled with thousands of players, as were most of the other games of this genre. It's since died over time, throughout the past 5 years. These days, it would be a miracle if this game reached even 40 players. So it's dead, right? Since it's dead, nothing truly horrible can be happening here, right? Wrong. Ever since this game has been dying, a particular group of individuals, probably somewhere around 30 of them, have been using this game as a meetup spot. Years ago, they began purchasing the admin commands game passes, which likely gave them a sense of power over the game. Okay, no, they definitely felt a sense of power from it. They treat this game like a sport. They take it incredibly seriously. They have admin spam battles against each other when they have even the slightest disagreement, and it's not for fun. They genuinely think it'll embarrass the other person if they lose the battle. These people made clans over the game because of this, declaring their clans as the best spammers. I kid you not. Why is this relevant? Because when people make clans, they move to platforms such as Discord. They had obviously moved to Discord beforehand as well, but it is highly likely that these clans acted as a catalyst. Now, I'm not going to act like talking off platform is a bad thing. At the same time, however, it opens some pretty bad opportunities. It's no secret that Discord itself has a CP problem and a predator problem. It is extremely vulnerable to these issues, and if it falls into the wrong hands, it is basically the place to go if someone wanted to trade or distribute certain content, talk to minors, etc., similarly to Telegram. Take Schlep's situation, for example. Essentially, all the predators he caught wanted to move discussions to Discord, which is where the predators attempted to groom who they thought were underage kids. Note, the predators were the ones moving conversations off platform, not Schlep. Okay, Matt? And David? And whoever you are, what is Family Paradise? Well, Family Paradise is the most fun role-play game on Roblox. Buy a house, go to the cinema, adopt and start a family, hang out with friends, and loads more. It's literally none of those things. Family Paradise is now a primary meetup spot for a group of somewhere around 30 individuals, most of whom now know each other off-platform. Still online, generally on Discord, and they're quite conflicted to say the least. Some of them love each other. Online daters are nothing new here as well. And some of them absolutely hate each other. Why? It is simply because it's just who they are. Their egos are huge. If they don't like someone, they do everything they can to bring them down. Example, band for band. Suppose someone is called poor or someone else was claiming to be rich. Considering how much this will hurt someone else's ego, almost always they will instantly demand a band for band, which means to basically flex your real-life money to each other, generally on Discord, to see who has more. As stupid as it sounds, they actually do it. Now I'm about to get into the serious stuff. One of the most concerning patterns is repeated claims that, weird to say the least, images of minors were shared in certain Discord servers or group chats connected to this group. Obviously, I was first noticing conversations including these claims in Roblox chat. So well done again, Roblox. Excellent moderation indeed. I'm going to lay some context, my personal experiences. A few years ago, late 2021, I purchased the higher-level admin commands in Family Paradise because at the time, I liked trolling players. Since I had never played Family Paradise before that, I was under the impression that it was just going to be filled with role players and noobs for me to troll and maybe make some videos of. I was wrong. Turns out the game was already slowly but surely dying, and most of the players that remained were all part of one group of people, most of whom also had admin commands. Essentially, I thought that my money was wasted, but I found some ways to mess with those guys instead. And the occasional noobs did stop by, so my commands did the job for the time being. Mid-2025, starting around May, I had come back to Family Paradise once again to troll some other admins and noobs. This time, unlike the other times where I'd return for a month, then leave for a long time, this time I stayed. A lot longer. Half because I found some new trolling techniques, but also half because I was getting to know the people who play consistently and have for years. I met a few really good people. However, they were a lucky find. Over time, I began noticing players in this game just taking things way too seriously. One individual consistently talking about how depressed he was and saying some not very good things, which is unfortunate, but it happens everywhere. I noticed over several chats. I noticed people making claims that certain individuals were child predators. I noticed people talking about leaks of inappropriate photos, of people who were not yet of age, blackmail, threats, users noticeably and clearly exploiting other users sexually, and a whole lot more. Two of these topics really caught my attention: the alleged leaks and the alleged child predators. Considering these, if true, are not only downright disgusting, but crimes. Now I'm going to need you to bear with me here, especially for this first part, because I am no investigator. I was acting somewhat in a rush after hearing descriptions and stories of disturbing events. This was an effort to gather information and evidence so that, if these stories were true, reports can be made through proper channels. I had heard claims from numerous users that a girl, who was quite underage to say the least, had photos of her, leaked publicly in a Discord server that most of the players from Family Paradise were in, likely due to retaliation for whatever reason, due to drama, or just simply because the people did not like her. So I asked this girl in-game about the alleged leaks. First asked if it really happened. She said yes. Then she said she was indeed underage, and people would repeatedly make fun of her and mock her for it. She said she wanted to leave it in the past, as it had definitely had a toll on her mental health. So I stopped my questions there immediately. I had also asked her about it a few months prior. I thought I had lost the chat logs, which is why I asked again, but I ended up finding the original chat logs anyway. She had said that she'd been leaked before, and she acknowledges she's a minor. I asked if she meant that there were photos of her face being sent around, but she replied with body and face. She said she was screenshotted on a FaceTime call. I asked who did that, and she gave me the alias of an individual who also goes by. I found in a game shortly after. He deflects the blame onto another individual who goes by the alias Tix. I don't have any evidence of that being true, however, we're about to talk about that individual, so remember him. Continues and says that he doesn't want beef, but this isn't about beef, this is about downright crime. This fits a common pattern among these people. They can't discern between drama and crime. I couldn't care less about the drama. What matters here is disgusting, illegal activity. This next example also involves an underage individual. It began when I heard consistent claims about her. I'm not naming her, so let's call her Snoke. Now, with the evidence I'm about to get into, unfortunately, it would probably be very easy to find out who this individual is anyways. That is, her online names and whatnot. However, for the sake of this video, I still won't be disclosing who she is. The claims heard were that Snoke had sent inappropriate photos, numerous ones to numerous people. This allegedly led to Snoke being blackmailed, having her photos allegedly leaked in servers or group chats on Discord and doxing, etc. This really sounded disturbing, obviously, and concerned me about Snoke's safety, so I decided to try and find Snoke's Discord to talk to her, ask what happened, and possibly help Snoke to stay away from these people, and enlighten her on the danger of even taking those kinds of photos, even if they were kept to herself. So I did. I added her Discord and started talking to her. I had already asked her a few questions on Roblox itself, but I can't access those chat logs anymore as she unadded me. So on Discord, I started by asking for confirmation that what I'd heard has really happened. She said yes. Again, I've lost my Roblox chat logs with her, but she was claiming that an individual who goes by the alias Tix was one of the people saving and distributing these photos of her. She'd also told me that Tix has made videos on YouTube in effort to expose her. 2 videos total. Now, I want to make this very clear. When someone presents information like this publicly and attaches a narrative to it, it becomes a much more serious matter. Making these things public isn't just something you can do to try and get back at someone you dislike. It requires serious consideration, investigation, care, and responsibility. Unfortunately, there are numerous YouTubers today who put out videos on serious topics like this regularly and treat it very casually. And this tends to make people think they can carelessly do the same thing, which often results in extreme consequences. The internet isn't just a playground when it comes to topics like this. It is very serious. Due to this, I will thoroughly and carefully review these 2 videos and demonstrate to you exactly why you need to be very careful of who and where you get information from. Because let's just say, Tix isn't such an angel himself. Essentially, right off the bat, he accuses her of sending inappropriate photos. He accuses her of leaking other people's photos, normal photos though, not inappropriate, and editing them, shows messages of her being racist and downright creepy, and so on. It's no secret that, yeah, she is definitely an absolute creep and clearly mentally ill. The reason I am discussing this is not an effort to defend her. He claims that she threatened to sue people for nothing that they didn't do. Nice double negative. He then says that his video is not making accusations or spreading false information.
Are you sure about that?
The weirdest part is that he mentions in the description of the video her age. Again, she is not yet of age. He is fully aware of this. Keep that in mind for later. It's also worth noting that Tix himself is not of age either, and is actually younger than her. His second video is a slight bit longer and more in-depth. He again claims that Snoke leaked her own inappropriate photos and face, and says that he can't show proof because the video would be age-restricted. I think it'd be a little worse than age restriction, buddy. And claims that he heard that Snoke has a Twitter account where she sells her inappropriate photos. The evidence of this is earlier in his video, where it seems he was talking to someone who used to be friends with Snoke, who made the claim. Let me make this abundantly clear. If you hear something like that, considering Snoke is underage, you report that immediately to proper authorities. This isn't something that you immediately put onto YouTube without looking into the validity of the claim. This is a serious claim in which your only evidence that you show is one anonymous guy claiming it out of the blue. As for if Tix did report her to the authorities, let me lay some quick context here. I'd been talking to Tix undercover on a fan account. All I had to do to achieve this was go on to one of my old alternate accounts on YouTube and leave a few comments on his channel by yours truly. Very real NASA. He believed I was a fan and so accepted my Discord request. Ignoring how stupid it was of him to fall for that, I was able to ask him some questions, which I'll delve a bit more into later. But one of the final things I asked him was if he reported Snoke to the authorities. He claims he did, but that nothing happened. I can't verify that to be true or false, but I have my suspicions about that claim. I used to talk to Tix, myself, not undercover, before I heard allegations that he was involved in these offenses. I then continued to pretend to be friends with him for a while longer, to see what other information I could get. That is until I reset his in-game family paradise money, which caused him to get upset, unadd me, spread lies about me claiming him friends with predators, which is completely untrue, but I'll get into that later, and other lies, which again, I'll get into later. That pixel money must have meant a lot to him, huh? Aside, before that, I asked him some questions. I asked him if it was true that leaks have happened in his Discord server. He said yes. I asked him straightforwardly if it was CP, and he said yes. Big red flag right there. I then asked if everyone deleted them. He said that they did, after everyone saw them. I asked Tix if even he had deleted them. He said yeah. Now stop here and ask yourself why he would answer yeah to that question if he didn't have them saved in the first place. But just keep that question in mind. There was a reason I was asking these questions. If that was the case and he had deleted them, history doesn't automatically erase itself. Authorities would still be able to see if he had indeed saved any of those images. And I think Tix knows that. Chat logs are also saved. Snoke, at the beginning of my chat with him, had claimed that Tix had sent the photos publicly in his Discord server. Snoke seemed to be claiming that Tix had leaked the photos. Again, remember this. But after I asked numerous other people who witnessed these alleged incidents, if they can give me a list of people who had leaked these types of photos, I only got a reply from one person, but surely enough, Tix was mentioned. On his YouTube channel, he has numerous community posts featuring screenshots of his bans from Discord, all of which had to do with child safety policy violations. Remember this too. Back to my earlier conversations with Snoke, I was asking her for as much context as possible because again, obviously what I'd heard was really concerning. I'm not going to get into the entire chat log, but in summary, she told me about the YouTube channel Tix has and sent me the 2 videos he uploaded on the situation and continually claimed that Tix had distributed these photos. And then she sent a screenshot of Tix sending something, allegedly of her, that I cannot show at all. She had censored the explicit content, but it was still apparent enough that it was extremely inappropriate and illegal considering her age. So obviously this was reported to authorities. Something to point out, remember how Tix has community posts on his channel regarding how Discord had flagged him? Taking a closer look at this one, for example, we see that on October 12th, 2025, he was notified that 16 days ago, he broke the community guidelines. And back to this, we see that when this interaction occurred, it was September 27th, 2025. September 27th is 15 days before October 12th, but it only said that it was September 27th in Snoke's screenshots. She has a time difference and is multiple hours ahead of Tix, but I accounted for the time difference and, well, this interaction happened 16 days prior, meaning Tix was flagged for something that occurred on the same day as that interaction, and he posted this evidence directly to the public. As a reminder, again, this all has been reported to proper authorities, including NCMEC, including the other things I'm about to get into. But additionally, he brings up that the individual he was talking to was allegedly threatened by Snoke to have the police called on him. I'm not entirely sure why this would be a threat if he didn't do anything wrong, unless this was a swatting threat. Despite how he calls Snoke obsessed with him, He and his friends continually, willingly, decided to interact with and harass Snoke. That is, making group chats, accepting every friend request she ever sent them, and making pretty degenerate comments. These are screenshots from a group chat that Tix created. He added Snoke to it, along with a few other of his own friends. I'm not going to read out the entire chat log, but I will display every screenshot that was sent to me by Snoke in a moment. Right off the bat, this individual started making horrible sexual comments to Snoke. This includes multiple comments, and Tix, who is on the Talking Tom account, did not step in and acknowledge how over-the-top and disgusting these comments were. Instead, he just joined in on the harassment. I even messaged him. I told him to remove everyone from that chat. He didn't. He kept going. After Snoke had finally left the chat, Tix tried playing off the grape comments as just trolling. He also said he doesn't fuck with the guy who made these comments that much. He said he only added Snoke to the group chat to harass her. Despite me telling him how disgusting that was, he proceeded to make another group chat with her afterwards. He said he'd leave the chat and that he only created it because another one of his friends wanted to be added. I don't think this guy learns his lessons. I'm now going to display all the screenshots from the first group chat that I was sent. Feel free to skip ahead if you would like. Back to his second video, he also accuses her of impersonating this celebrity. But I think anyone with more than half a brain cell would be able to tell that this is obviously a fake account. At the end of his first video, he says that if you don't believe him, you can message these friends that he lists on screen. Do not engage with these people, especially considering most of them have engaged in the same concerning activity. This once again is concerning, as by listing these people's usernames, he actively is allowing, and some would even say encouraging, kids to be involved in this community. Tix is also friends with an individual who goes by the online alias Wassi. Wassi is on Tix's Roblox friends list. Sorry, quick update. On the screenshot I'm showing here, Tix has Wassi's alternate account added. However, as of now, on February 18, 2026, Tix does not have Wassi's main Roblox account added. However, this is not because they're on bad terms. I can prove this. Because I asked Tix, again on February 18th on my undercover account, if he and Wassi are still friends. He said not really, but also acknowledged that they're not on bad terms. He acknowledged that yes, he and Wassi are still cool, but just not really talking at the moment. And note this, Tix is also aware of how old Wassi claims himself to be. Keep in mind what I've just showed you. Anyways, sorry for the interruption. Wassi is also featured in screenshots on Tix's channel, in chat logs, harassing Snoke, with pretty extreme language. When I had been talking to Snoke, she sent me screenshots of alleged chats she had with Wassi, where it seems Wassi is trying to extort Snoke for more inappropriate photos, and claims that otherwise, he would leak Snoke's other photos. Wassi also claimed he sold Snoke's photos on Telegram. Again, for obvious reasons, I can't verify that to be true. I'm just showing you what he said. However, if he did sell them, it's a disgusting and very serious crime. Even with that aside, the extortion he used here for illegal imagery is a very serious crime in of itself. Now, once again, I'll display every screenshot of the chat log that Snoke sent me. Feel free to skip ahead. Do with that information what you will. Wassi, when extorting Snoke, claimed he's 17. I don't have the direct proof of this being true, as I never verified the date of this interaction. However, after Snoke sent me the chat logs of Wassi extorting her, she sent me 2 more screenshots from chats that happened on Discord this time. Here's the first one she sent. Now, the screenshot she sent here is cropped, so at first glance, you can't necessarily see who each of these guys are talking to, but they're definitely both talking to Snoke, not each other. Because 6 minutes later, Snoke sent me another screenshot from the same date of October 19, 2025. From the same group chat, considering this occurred 5 minutes prior to the events of the previous screenshot. Here, Wassi is indeed having an exchange with Snoke, again in the same group chat, meaning Tix was in it and saw this. And I can prove that, considering Tix sent me a screenshot from the same group chat, featuring these same few messages here. And from another screenshot Tix had sent me here, you can see that a few minutes later from when Wassi made this disgusting assertion, both Tix and Wassi are still talking to Snoke, not each other. As a side note, Tix and Wassi are claiming here that Snoke was making weird comments about a baby. If true, that's disgusting. However, it absolutely does not justify Wassi's behavior. Now, I can also show this. Months later, I asked Tix, on my undercover account, if he and Wassi are friends. He said Wassi can be weird, but that they're indeed friends. Hell, I even mentioned directly how absurdly stupid Wassi was acting in that group chat, considering Tix posted 10 screenshots from the group chat on his community tab on YouTube. But Tix didn't care. With all that made clear, the first screenshot at 2:56 a.m. on October 19th, for Snoke's time zone, Wassi claims that he'll send Snoke's pictures to an unemployed server of degeneracy so they can, oh, what's this? Tix sees this, but for some reason still remains friends with Wassi? Strange, huh? And again, as shown earlier, Tix and Wassi were both talking to Snoke here, not each other. Since this interaction happened in October of 2025, if Wassi's claim that he's 19 is true, then he was definitely an adult at the time of this conversation. And Wassi said this to a minor. That is absolutely predatory. And so even if he was 17 at the time of the extortion, he still has the same mindset now as an adult. No matter how bad Snoke herself is, that's disgusting and predatory. So, Tix being friends with someone like this? I find that ironic considering he tried accusing me of something similar a while back, which again I'll debunk soon. Just stay tuned for that. So in summary, in the same group chat, Wassi clearly stated something absolutely predatory towards Snoke, and also Tix saw this and essentially just hand-waved it. As bad as Snoke herself is, this in no way justifies Wassi's actions at all. It also doesn't justify Tix being part of that group chat to begin with either. Literally, while making this video, I became aware that someone under 18, however at the age of consent in their country, was being harassed by Wassi, who was asking and telling her nonstop to give him a chance, telling her she's as beautiful as the moon, asking her to send a photo of her face, calling her a princess, and saying he doesn't care about the age gap and wants to be her BF. It is strongly suggested that he knew her age. However, I could not get the chat logs of him directly acknowledging this due to Roblox's newest chat update. So even with that aside, just pay attention as I show you how suspicious he is by continually denying these interactions. Again, this guy claims to be an adult, as shown here for example, by this screenshot which was taken in January 2026, where he's claiming he's 19 and in university. But I quickly want to be clear that if he did know her age, then he is an adult, harassing a minor who is clearly not consenting. And I want to make this clear. Even though she's at the age of consent, she's still a minor. So if she doesn't consent and the adult in question keeps harassing her about it, it's not only disgusting, but unlawful. Now, after I had told someone about this particular incident, he asked Wassi about it in direct messages. Wassi denied having Facebook, but this claim isn't consistent in the slightest. Here are some in-game chat logs. Perfected deity is Wassi, and here he says what on first glance seem to be incomprehensible words. However, notice that he emphasized TT and FB. These are short for TikTok and Facebook, respectively. Thus, Roblox censors these on their own, as with all other social media titles, and short forms for titles. That's why he put them in between words and emphasized them. Because he then gave a username or display name that directly matches his name in the messages with the girl. He also described something that at the time matched his Facebook profile picture. He has since changed the profile picture, but the same image still remains on his account as a post. His response to that was just that he doesn't use Facebook. Interesting response to direct evidence that says otherwise, huh? Then I was provided this screenshot of essentially what looks like him finally admitting he has Facebook. Same exact name as in the other screenshots. The only difference was the profile picture. However, as proved earlier, he had simply changed the profile picture. It doesn't end there. This guy has been known for being an absolute creep. A few years ago, although when he was still a minor himself, he admitted to having gotten with a girl who, to say the least, was a suspicious number of years younger than him. Also, he'd been claiming someone else sends him weird photos every other day, and that he was going to try to use her and more degenerate things. You get the point. As a reminder, I did report all of this to authorities. There are other examples such as this guy, who goes by the alias James, a grown adult, whom for context has an ego so massive that its gravitational pull is actively lowering the IQs of anyone who gets close to him. So after someone apparently copied every avatar he's ever made, he allegedly resorted to sending around inappropriate pictures of that individual. Which, by the way, that individual is not yet of age. Notice how James doesn't deny sending the pictures, but does deny that the individual wasn't of age. Which, even if that was true, leaking inappropriate photos of even an adult for simply copying your mid-Roblox avatars is immature and disgusting. And note, he sent these photos in a Discord server, Tix's Discord server, where he knew minors were present. That's predatory. It's full of minors, lots. Considering how long James has played Family Paradise for, he definitely, without a fraction of a doubt, knew that. So conclude what you will. As a side note, here is James saying something really weird to who he knows is quite underage. I mean, if Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, if he got slapped in the face with a frying pan, can make Roblox players this angry, maybe the problem is on themselves. Just an observation, just a thought. Note, Mr. James thinks that any male on Roblox that doesn't want to show their face is just chopped and insecure, and that it's not a matter of privacy, it's just a matter of insecurities. Damn, you really should work for Roblox. You have nearly the same philosophy on privacy as they do. Things like this are what lead people to be vulnerable to dangerous communities. As proof that none of these people are trustworthy, he went from hating the absolute hell out of me to suddenly being cool with me because I continually trolled the other individuals who took part in alleged offenses that we've gone through. But then proceeds to do what he did. He essentially quit Family Paradise because he didn't want to lose his in-game cash due to my trolling tactics, told others that I had a valid reason for trolling servers in Family Paradise, etc., but eventually, inevitably, fell back into the same rabbit hole. I think you get the point. If this is happening in a game that reaches only 40 players maximum on a good day, imagine what could be happening in similar games with hundreds of players. Like Meep City, for instance. This is not a safe place. People have been consistently blackmailed, threatened, or fear for their safety, have had their mental health scarred, etc. Such as this guy, claiming that in a group chat, some inappropriate imagery of a minor was shared, both publicly in a group chat and directly to him from another user. This scarred him and everyone else involved. This kid did not deserve to be exposed to such explicit content at such a young age. But apparently Roblox's moderation was poor enough to allow this to happen. After Tix had gotten angry at me for trolling Family Paradise with my admin commands, he started trying to get everyone else to hate me by claiming I'm friends with a predator. This is a pattern among them when they encounter someone they don't like. For context, Family Paradise players pretty much have their own list at this point of people they claim to be predators, which happen to include this girl, who I'll call Palpatine. Now, considering everything I've gone through thus far, do you think these people are anywhat trustworthy? No, So when they claim that someone's a predator without showing direct evidence or proof, that's about as believable as a flat earther claiming you can't get angles from curves. In other words, bullshit. But despite them claiming people to be predators while providing zero evidence, I have evidence that they're all blatant liars. Well, remember Wassi? Here he is claiming I'm a kid lover, saying he's seen my messages. What messages? That makes no sense. I don't talk sexually to anyone, but it just so happened that, at the time of him saying that, I was trolling the servers in Family Paradise. Coincidence? I think not. A man who acts absolutely predatory towards numerous minors calls me a predator. Palpatine had told me one day, in Family Paradise, about how everyone has continually called her a predator for years and attempted to explain the context. Although I don't have the chat logs, she claimed at the time that she had sent explicit photos of herself to someone who claimed to be her age at the time, which, yeah, sending explicit photos is insane no matter who it's sent to. However, if the impression is that it's being sent to another adult, although it's weird, it's not necessarily illegal and definitely not predatory. But she claimed that it turned out that the individual actually lied about his age and was in fact not an adult. She claimed this individual then framed her as a predator, even though he lied about his age. I then heard later from someone who was friends with the claimed victim that the victim admitted that he lied about his age to Palpatine. The victim is also friends with Tix and all these other people. Based off that information and how Tix or anyone have provided zero chat logs or anything to substantiate their claims, and seemingly nothing done in regards to authorities, is there any substantial evidence that the claims about Palpatine are true? No. There's this thing called innocent until proven guilty, which is something I live by. If you don't like that, well, that's unfortunate. Before I move on to Roblox response, I'd like to take this time to point out a few things. Remember Snoke? She's no angel either. She's just as bad as them, in fact. The fact that she sent these types of photos of herself to begin with, considering she's underage, is a crime. Even if she was of age, it's still creepy as hell to send photos like that. Snoke has said some very, very strange things. This includes in my chats with her. Eventually, she got angry and unadded me. As for why she did this, it's essentially the same reason Tix got mad at me. I was trolling and essentially destroying all the Family Paradise servers. Snoke has been continually trying to blackmail me, but I don't care. Insulting me and, comparing me to Schlep. I'll take that as a compliment. And notice how they clearly hate Schlep and what he was doing. That should tell you everything you need to know about these people. And she's continually been sending me Discord friend requests, all of which I've ignored. On the 6th of November 2025, Snoke, out of nowhere, just said this. So you can see how weirded out I was. For a while, I just tried diverting the topic or sending off-topic messages until I just told her to stop. She did the same thing a few days later. Only difference being that this time, probably after she unadded me, she deleted her messages to make it look like I was inciting the strange talk, but unfortunately for her, forgot to delete the messages after. I'm assuming that's why Tix sent things like this, though. Because of Snoke's inappropriate remarks, Tix also claimed that I support racism, which is just nonsense. The whole reason I was even talking to Snoke was to try and help her get out of this environment. I was suggesting professional help, but she didn't want any. There was nothing I could do about that. I can go on for days. Yet this all stems from one single Roblox game that's really not even that big. Roblox is always talking about how to use the report abuse feature built into the game. It's no secret that the report tool practically does not work at all. But hold on. Let's assume for a second that it did work. I'm about to prove to you how easy it is for any developer, especially Condo developers, to bypass this feature and not allow it to be used. This here is an off-brand version of Family Paradise called Bloxy Paradise, made by one of the mods who was consistently hanging out in Family Paradise. Somehow this guy was able to directly, exactly copy Family Paradise. Anyway, suppose I saw someone acting predatory towards minors in this game. Roblox says I should just use the in-game report tool. So let's test that. Oh, what's this? I got kicked for trying to open the report menu. Oh, well, I guess at this point, I just have to let the predator do their thing. Or I could leave, go all the way to the user's profile, and submit a report there, which is a much slower process. And it may not be easy to find the user's profile, especially if the username is a complex set of numbers and letters or a barcode username. So why does Roblox allow this to happen? Your guess is as good as mine. The game remained up for months. Months! As of now, it appears that the game has been taken down. Not sure if the developer did that himself or if Roblox actually took action. But again, the game was up for months. Update. Of course, there's a new one, again with the same feature where you get kicked if you attempt to open the report menu. Well done, Roblox. Now note, I reported this to Roblox via a support ticket. In their first reply, it was obviously just some AI response or a copy and pasted reply, as it completely missed the point. So I sent a follow-up clarifying. They replied with this, telling me that I've simply just been banned from the developer's game and that there's nothing they can do about it. First of all, it's a kick, not a ban, but the developer did end up banning me anyways because I bypassed his other terribly designed, easily exploitable systems and trolled the hell out of his players. But, Roblox, did you ignore the reason why I got kicked? Because their reasoning violates your policies. But there's something else about their reply here that caught my attention. Did you spot it yet? It's right here. They're telling me that I can contact the developer via social media to potentially resolve the ban. But Roblox, isn't that a little hypocritical?
And there's a bunch of issues in here. Number one, the violation of our policies about being honest about how old you are. Number two, moving conversations off platform. And number three, waiting to tell Roblox when they identify violative behavior to come and tell us so we can take action. All of those things are against our policies. And all of those things make it more difficult for us to keep the platform safe. Number two, moving conversations off platform. All of those things are against our policy. Moving conversations off platform. All of those things are against our policies, are against our policies, are against our policies, are against our policies. And all of those things make it more difficult for us to keep the platform safe.
I guess they forgot about that, didn't they? Not surprising considering this reply was probably AI. How about we put Roblox moderation to another test? Well, remember Tix? Here he is, attempting to romantically manipulate someone so that he could steal her account. Want to take a guess as to why? She was trolling Family Paradise. Shocking, isn't it? Anyways, so I made a report to Roblox. I offered all of the screenshots, and I offered to provide proof that the Discord user and the Roblox user are the same person, etc. This is their response. Essentially just brushing it off because I'm not the original account owner. So Roblox, what if I saw a girl get groomed and she was too traumatized to come out to anyone, even Roblox, about her experience? If I was trying to report to you guys on her behalf, after reporting to the authorities, of course, would you just do nothing at all because I'm not the account owner? Are you serious? Now note, this attempted theft by Tix failed because the girl in question wasn't dumb and knew exactly what Tix was doing. For the hell of it, we ended up baiting him and making him join a game that I created, where I then used admin commands to crash him and left him a little ban message.
Hello there.
Oh, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake.
Anyway, Roblox, you want the report submitted directly from the victim? Okay, done. She sent the report, so everything's solved now, right? Well, as you probably expected, they didn't care. Shocking. I'll delve a bit more into Roblox's response to the entire Family Paradise ordeal shortly. Take away from everything thus far what you will. These things shouldn't be happening on what Roblox claims is the safest gaming platform. Unfortunately, Roblox doesn't care. The Schlep situation made that quite apparent. Roblox does not care about safety unless the health of their company is on the line. People talk about these things so casually, and it's honestly disgusting. There are messages where people claim they've seen multiple incidents or talk about it like it's normal or expected. Even Tix himself owns his Discord server, where most of these events took place, and the only warning that he gave was that it's sus. Sus, Tix? How about child endangerment? And I'll let you be the judge as to why there have been channels in this server called leaks. Conversations regarding these events may happen often in-game. The overly sexual conversations, role plays, essentially all that happens in this game anymore is child endangerment in of itself. Yet the game is rated for ages 5+. This alone is direct proof of Roblox's moderation failure. The next time Roblox claims their platform to be safe, remember all of this. Remember all I've just shown you from a game as small as Family Paradise, and then ask yourself, what the hell can be happening in the larger games? Remember that Roblox has allowed Meep City to exist for almost a decade. Remember public bathroom simulators. Remember Schlep. Remember all of it. Try and keep anyone you know away from Roblox.
Do it!
Roblox is facing several lawsuits from attorney generals in the United States, which includes Florida, Texas, Kentucky, Iowa, Tennessee, and Louisiana, along with nearly 80 other independent parties in the US. This should tell you everything you need to know about Roblox's supposed safety. Now note, I reported all of this to Roblox themselves and attached numerous screenshots as well, so they are aware. I sent a Roblox support ticket at first, as it's more direct and I can get a response from Roblox themselves. There was a text limit and I couldn't say much, so I summarized it. They replied with this. So now that I could send a proper email reply, I sent a much more in-depth and comprehensive report with screenshots. You'd think this is enough to help them begin investigating this game. But did they? No, of course not. I filed another support ticket, again summarized and referencing my previous ticket. They replied with this. So I sent pretty much the same descriptions and evidence as before, but slightly modified. And I had just realized at the time of writing this that I made a bit of a silly typo here, but whatever. Once again, nothing happened. So after a few days, I sent a final support ticket asking if my reports are being reviewed and if proper action is being taken. I got this reply essentially telling me that I probably won't be updated, which is okay. So I rephrased the question and asked if it was reported properly or if there was anything else I could do. I then got this completely copy-pasted reply, which isn't surprising considering I could be talking to an AI. Look at this side-by-side comparison with their first reply to me. It's literally copied and pasted. It has been months and absolutely nothing has happened. No action taken against Family Paradise, the players, nothing. The game is still rated for ages 5+.
Give me an example of potential criminal activity from Roblox.
Well, the investigations are still sealed, so I can't say too much public at this point, but where you have a record of evidence where they are seeing activity on the site that's reflective of people communicating, adults with kids, of taking conversations to Discord and other sites, of soliciting sexual imagery, videos, location information, where the company sees that activity, knows it's happening, and hides it because it's going to hurt their business. That's not civil, that's criminal.
Hides it.
That's what we believe.
You have evidence that Roblox has hidden.
We have
of
evidence that
predatory
they're
activity?
aware of it and that they haven't taken action. Whether or not there's active concealment is something that's going to have to be, further investigated.
Would that be a crime?
Potentially. Potentially, yes.
Sounds a little familiar, doesn't it? Remember this the next time you hear Roblox claim safety is their top priority. Now what? I don't know. Reporting Family Paradise won't do anything. Showing Roblox the evidence won't do anything. I have reported all the information directly to authorities. As for that, I'm not sure what's happening yet. I maybe will never know. I'll just have to leave it at that. The only solution is just to stay the hell away from this game. Keep your brothers, sisters, children, friends, anyone, away from games like Family Paradise. The sad truth is Roblox will never take action. Only you can, by simply avoiding it. If you see any extremely concerning, disturbing, or illegal activity, please talk to someone and report it to authorities. I tried myself, using in-game admin commands to essentially lag out the servers by spawning so much of one item that the lag would just cause people to leave. I did this for quite a while, and for a bit it did keep people away. But I am one guy, I cannot permanently stop it. It was a temporary disruption. These are Family Paradise's stats. Here is where I began the disruption, starting around October 26, 2025. Notice how the average concurrent user count slightly decreases? Here's where I stop my disruptions, and it increases again. What I was trying may have had a slight effect for a while, but it was never permanent. As for this next drop here, it seems that numerous players have now gone on an attack spree on Family Paradise lately, funnily enough. To those people, be careful. You might get yourself falsely labeled as a predator by people who have nothing better to do. In fact, that's already happened to some of them. I got tired, obviously, after disrupting servers on one game for 2 months in a desperate attempt to stop what I'd seen evidence of, as it seriously disturbed me. And I will hope that literally at least one single person sees this video. If you're a viewer and made it this far, props to you. I don't know how you did it, but thank you.